Fired? Have you recently lost your job with a major toy manufacturer? Tariffs got you down? You may be entitled to sharing your story on a major media streaming outlet. We want you to dish the dirt. Call Circle of Jerkz at 900-555-0979. We will exploit you for our personal gain. That number again is 900-555-0979. Circle of Jerkz. Every client gets a cookie.
Stop it. Get some help.
Woo! What's going on, everybody? It is Circle of Jerkz. I didn't even say yo neighbors. Sorry. Completely unprofessional. We have a fun show tonight. We have a little known toy tuber that's joining us. He's Canadian, so I'm not sure if that's why he's little known. I don't know. It's like Ohio, according to this guy. So let's bring our first answer to the stage and see what he thinks about Canada. It's a punk with toy.
Woohoo!
What's going on, man?
Good. How are you?
Good. I didn't ask how you're doing. I said, what's going on?
Oh, fuck you. I feel like I was just in this seat less than 24 hours ago.
It's a good possibility. What do you know about Canada and Canadians?
It is technically south of Detroit, which is surprising.
That is surprising.
It's better than Ohio.
Okay.
Yet still not as good as the rest of the U.S., and it is technically the U.S.'s hat.
Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense. So we have somebody joining us tonight. Unfortunately, he has a full head of hair, but it is what it is.
Have you ever seen a bald Asian?
A what?
A bald Asian?
Yeah. And what's the one with Jean-Claude? The dude's got his head shaved and he's got
Tom Poe.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna go with Bolo Young, but you went with Tom Poe.
What movie is that? Why can't it Bloodsport?
Either Bloodsport or Kickboxer. They're the exact same movie.
Well, you know what? Let's just get before we get into all that. Let's bring our next dancer, who looks like he could be the final boss in a like a Street Fighter game. Since we're talking about fighting, you all know who I'm talking about. He's staring at the screen like, who's he gonna bring on? And it's Action Media Toys. Gary! Woo! What's going on, man? I could totally see you as a Jada Street Fighter. Like,
dude, that would be hilarious.
That would be amazing. What would your name be? Do you know?
I have no idea. You've caught me off guard and I don't know what to say.
I'm not gonna lie. I caught myself off guard.
I think I could see you more as a Nintendo end boss, like an 8-bit graphics and everything, just like side scroller back and forth.
Because I think you probably have a good laugh for it, like
yeah,
that's exactly what I'm thinking. And I have someone in mind. I have a character in mind. I can't think of what character it is.
All right, well, it's going to be.
I'll just shout it out.
Yeah, I'm sure we could come up with. I know what your catchphrase could be when you go to punch. Attack him! Attack him!
Attack him! Attack him!
Attack him! That would be incredible.
He kind of has Terry. You kind of have the Wreck-It Ralph look when he's the video game, not the movie, but when he's a video game.
If the hair is flipped, right?
Yeah,
the hair is now down on your chin.
Just turn my head upside down.
Yeah. I I had a segue about 30 seconds ago to bring out Tony. It totally left my head. So let's bring out Tony Sig. Yeah, you look tough today. See,
Yeah, baby.
Wait, is it just me or
is it me or him?
it's Tony? Like he's in slow motion.
That was Tony. How are you doing that? Tony just got loaded from the Matrix.
As soon as you put me on, I get all the little circles. I'm like, oh shit.
You may want to restart.
Oh,
Tony,
hell.
You're
Yeah.
all.
Well,
You're
you're supposed to be doing.
No, I just did that. I did a restart because it had an update.
Oh, you know what? He looks a little bit like. Do you remember Sunday Kung Fu Matinee? And you couldn't see their mouths never synced up with the dialogue. That's
You want to fight me? No, you don't. Fight me now.
Well, you have practiced that way too much because that was incredibly good. So we have another dancer backstage, but I'm not sure. Earlier, he told me not to bring him on. Does he want to bring himself on? I'll play.
Told
some
me
music.
that too. I'm like, why are you saying anything?
He's saying no. Hold on. He's saying no.
David, he fucked it all up.
Yeah, I did fuck that up.
You're a dick.
I'm so confused because I don't know why he's there. I know he's getting glitter delivered.
Especially considering he can come in anytime he wants. He doesn't have to stay there.
So yeah, he can come on whenever he wants. Maybe I wasn't supposed to say he was here. Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Well, you ruined the fucking surprise now, asshole.
Exactly, dude. I'm like, oh my god, Zen, what the hell?
I don't know the surprise. He didn't tell me that part.
Usually it's
told me
Tony
what-
that fucks it all up.
I didn't know he was going
I
to be
resent
here.
that remark. I resemble that remark.
You do resemble that remark. All right. Well, there's no surprise. Before we get to the chat, do we bring our guest out before the chat?
Well,
After the chat.
before we bring our guest on, everyone has to say hi to Ken.
Yes. Well,
Okay.
that's a given. So I want to see, do we want to say hi to the chat first and then have them properly say hello?
They can start
Yes.
now as Tony reads the chat.
All right. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to leave our guest backstage while Tony handles the comments. Go ahead, Tony. Record time.
Tony, remember, you don't have to close
Yeah, I
the
know.
comment. Just move the next one.
Mike Gold is here. What's up, buddy? Blitz is here. Stanley Eberhard's always in here. Looking at
Mhm.
Black Genghis. What's up, KJ? Hi, it's me. Is going. Oh my God! Look at Toy Connections is here.
He is.
Supposed to be on the show.
Say hi, Ken.
Starfighter. Snoo for Lunch is here. I always said Blitz already. Here we go with Shane at Same Time Toys. In the words of one of our friends, this asshole. Steve Martin. Same times here. Actually, another asshole. Tripwire is in here. What's up?
Whole
And
ass.
then the asshole of assholes, Toy Optics, because why not? Ray Murphy, what's up, Ray? How you doing, brother? Haven't seen you in a
Actually,
bit.
That other one was the
Pretty
fired
cool.
asshole.
Tripwire's in here. Woody Triple Deuce is in here. Justin Booth made it. Look at that. David R. Billy Boy's Toys. Let's see what's going on here. Everybody's talking to each other, making my job hard. HK Viper is in here. Beardy McBeardyson. Shark Eyes is in here. What's going on, buddy? It's a U.S. Combat Dojo's in here. Wreck Ship, that sneaky photographer. Ed Viper Scout. What's up, buddy? Let's see. MTN Nut is in the house. I think I said Callister already, but I'm not sure. I'll say it again. Joel Fan 84. Looks like Ronnie Trick Shot with a $2 super chat. What's up, buddy? Let me see what I can do for you. I like this one.
All right. Well, first off, Ronnie, please don't. I don't know who you're talking to because everyone with a Magic Johnson probably means that they have a specific disease that no one wants.
Oh my goodness. Evil Dookie is in the house. Robert Strebin's here. Let's see who else I need to say hi to. Macanita made it. What's up, dude? Let's see. Stiv Chom. I don't know if I've seen you here before.
He has.
Tom?
I can't think of who it was before his name. He said,
Oh.
"Look at his icon. That's who he is."
All the ats. Oh, okay.
So who's his avatar?
Oh, it's what was it? What's the name from? Oh, that golf movie.
It's Ted Knight.
That's it.
Yeah, that's Ted Knight. Yeah, he
I have
also
no
did the
idea.
intro
I've
for
never seen the
Super
movie.
Friends.
I looked for half a second. It's Ted Knight from Caddyshack.
Pedro Almeida's in here. Let's see who's up next. Oh, everybody's talking to each other. Grassman T is in here. MCR Maza, what's up, buddy? Willem's here from Willem Toy and Hobby. Let's see, the Real Zim. Let's see what's going on here. Everybody's talking. Matthew is in here. What's up, buddy? Nerds. But I don't have that media.
No, we should. You guys want me to clip that?
Yeah, Sean Forrester's in the house. Let's see here. Everybody's talking to each other. Almost done. Oh my goodness. Is it E Worthy is in here? What's up, buddy?
Well, I'm about 3 seconds behind you, Sean Forrester. I keep looking at your customs of the GI Joe and Transformers together. We're gonna highlight that at some point.
Aren't they good? He showed them to me when I met him at Assembly Required, and
that was badass.
Why are you not showing this off? Like, they look awesome.
You know what happens is I'm an idiot. I go on Instagram in the morning when I'm drinking my coffee, and I see it, and I'm like, oh man, I need to highlight this in a show, and then I go on with my day, and I completely forget until right before showtime. But we'll do a show, I think, where we highlight some customs, and those will definitely be in there. Go ahead, Tony. I'm sorry. I interrupted. I was so rude.
No worry. My dad came in here and interrupted too. He's allowed.
He's like, I need the phone. Get off the line.
Robert, exactly. Robert Streb is in here. Mython the Python. What up, buddy? Good to see you in here too. Transporter 48. Menhoza is in the house. Jay Solo Arts. Let's see. We keep going. We keep going. We keep growing. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen.
Beautiful job, man. So
Johnny B5 showed up.
What's that?
Johnny B5.
That's
What's
right.
up, gents?
8 and skate.
All right, so listen, we are trying to give I guess a PSA for Toy Optics. He is so close to breaking 1,000. After the show, if you guys can go and subscribe, that would be helpful. There he is.
Drop the link to his YouTube channel. So you can just click it, hit subscribe.
Yeah.
And thank you to everybody that subscribed off of Punk Show last night. I greatly appreciate it.
All right. So
And,
how many away
He's in
are
your
you?
debt.
Last time I
99.
checked, I was at 99
Oh, nice.
bottles
Okay.
of beer on the wall.
All right.
And
We'll get
not to usurp our guest Ken, who I know is going to give some breaking dishing news, but I've got something for you guys too, especially in honor of getting close to 1,000.
Uh-oh.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
I asked and I shot and I received.
Oh my God.
We need one for every month.
Don't think that, like, dude, I had that Christmas one made 2 months ago.
Tell me that.
All right. Well, it can show up again at some point today, but we do have to bring Ken out. So if everybody could say hi, Ken, in the chat, even if you've already done it. Is Ken a dancer? Do we know if he dances?
You get him
I
drunk
know,
enough.
but he surely leans on people when he's drunk.
All right. Well,
We'll play some music and find out.
let's
So does
play some
Sarge.
music and we will find out. So we're going to bring him out. Today, he's a circle jerk, right? He's a jerkle. Woo! Let's bring to the stage the sexy, our neighbor to the north, smells like maple syrup, Toy Connection. Woo! this music could act as like you're walking out for the WW. I still say WWF.
That's because you're correct.
What I said.
Baldy, I have a quick question. Did you forget Ken's name? Because I felt like you were forgetting his name, so you kept dragging it on. Like, yeah, it's gonna come to me. It's gonna come to me. It's gonna come to me.
Yep, I forgot his name. Yep. No.
You know, if you're gonna be a ring
what,
announcer, Howard Finkel used to have like a card there, so you know he would get the name right. Just, writing things down and leaning on people when you're drunk and all that. Sorry, I got home from Joe Fest and I wondered who was that guy I was leaning on because he was like still as a pillar, and apparently it was Tony. I'm like, oh, that was you. Sorry, man.
He's built. He's
Oh,
built
wait,
like.
really? I did not hear this story.
Yeah, I got drunk and started leaning on something, and it was Tony.
My
He
boy was
still as a
leaning on
pillar.
me, dude. I was just standing up like this, and little Ken was like,
Little
"I'm gonna lean on you."
Ken, was that Joe Fest 25 or was it 24?
It was 25. I think it was like one of the
Last-
only interactions Tony and I had. Then I left. I'm like, I don't think I saw you as much as I saw you last year, Tony. 'Cause
Didn't wanna
we hung
party
out a
with
lot
me.
at the 24 show. You know,
He didn't want me to get him more drunk.
well, yeah, that might have. Yeah,
Ken had some gummies, and we didn't see him one night.
yeah, I might have disappeared Sunday night, even though I stayed Monday morning. So, yeah.
That's cool. I went to Joe Fest and came back with whatever virus.
I brought it with me from across the border, and you brought it across the world. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Come on now.
That's pretty amazing. Ken, for people who don't know you, what's the name of your channel, even though it's right there in your name tag?
Well, first of all, everyone, subscribe to A Toy Kind of Mood. We do a show every single Wednesday night. It's the best sort of. You guys supposed to start laughing, but like you guys are not getting the joke at all. So let's just go with the real answer.
Waiting for you to finish.
No, now you're just laughing at me. Now this is just getting insulting.
We're definitely not laughing with you.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. I don't have a show at 7 p.m. tomorrow night on Wednesday, but I do have this channel. Yeah, it's written right there. It's called Toy Connections. Just check it out. I don't really do modern stuff, so you know I'm not really the same. Whatever algorithm is these dudes over here, and I'm doing a really shitty job selling myself right now. So, nice belt, hey?
It's beautiful.
There we go. Yeah. Baldy will put the channel link in the description below. Have a look if you have time. But first, subscribe to Toy Optics. Then pop over and check me out. Like check out my channel, not check me out.
I'm gonna actually ask Spec to put both links in because
Spec or Tony Ken.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it.
I'm working on it.
And-
The internet in my
That's
office.
the meme I was going for. Seeing somebody
A
pick that
Ken
up.
kind of mood.
Tony, you can do it. You
What's
probably
that?
have two screens. Put in Spec's YouTube channel and then put in Ken's.
So Ken, I have a question before we get into
Okay, fine.
whatever this Delta 17 thing is. Could you tell me a little bit about your channel? Are you a toy reviewer or a how do you say documentarian? Documentarian.
So I was kind of in the first couple of years doing a bit of a mix of everything, but then as Delta 17 started getting closer to being released, I noticed there was already a lot of toy reviewers. They get the stuff first. They get this. They observe things that I don't because they get more modern toys than I do. And then I started to get a lot of those like history books in the mail. Everything from Carson's The Art of G.I. Joe: Real American Hero Omnibus. I got the Dino Riders book. Got the Total Action Force books. You name it. I was just getting them. Right. And what happened was I was like, it might be better for me just to focus on like toy histories and things like that and really choose my spots when I choose something modern, just because there could always be this conflict of interest. Like, yeah, you work for a toy company and partially own one. So if you're like, say I'm reviewing an O-ring product or something like that, like I'll probably do some sort of review for Operation Recall soon, but I don't want to do that and then like make it seem like, well, but at Delta we do this. You know what I mean? And because I kind of have that other, I don't want to say skill set, but that other interest of doing toy histories, I was like, there's not as many people, like there are some people doing that, but there's not as many people doing it. So I was like, let me focus on this. And then it kind of helped grow the channel a lot. So I was like, I think this is going to be my niche. Right. So
Well, you're doing a series right now, and I watched the video, the history of '93. Was that the last one?
That was yes, I did three. I broke that up into 3 videos because 1993 had over 100 figures. So I kind of did the main line, which was the Battle Core as its own. I did Street Fighter as its own, right?
Okay.
And then yeah, see, JLS is another comic that does JLS Comics, another one that does histories, right? And yeah, getting back to answering your question, I did another video on the sub teams and mailaways of 93 because it was such a big year, right? And then I was able to do 94 as its own video because it had less figures. So yeah.
Well, I mean, it's enjoyable. Now we met. I don't know if you remember this because we were both drinking, but we met at Joe Fest '94. We got to talk. You're a very nice guy. It comes across in your videos. Is there any way that you could maybe to up your sub count? I mean, you have a lot of subs. Up your view count. Is there any way that you could just be a dick to everybody?
So when you know what?
You
Let's
own a
talk.
company. You are part owner of a company, so you're allowed to be a dick.
Let's talk because I think you might be onto something.
All right. Well,
All right.
See, it's coming to
I
everyone.
wasn't sure how to roll with that joke because you said Joe Fest 94 for a second. I was like, wait, hold on. 1994, I was 12 years old. So I thought you were setting up a completely different joke, and I completely fumbled
wait,
over that.
did I say Joe Fest '94?
Well, because I did a history of Joe 94, and I was like, so when I was 12, I met you at a Joe show. That would have been, yeah, if I don't remember you,
I'd have been
it'd
19
be because
years
I
old.
was 12 years old. But I remember the one when I was a little over 12 years old in 2024. We definitely met at that one.
Okay. Well, if I said it, I misspeak all the time. So I hope you're buckled up and ready to go tonight.
Oh, trust me, if I misspeak in a history video, the comments let me know about it.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Ken is a perfectionist, so if he screws something up, it will eat at him.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, if he's a perfectionist, he's on the right show because this is a professional program. And we try to be perfectionists with everything that we do.
That's how I ended up here.
At least my shave job is perfect.
You know what's funny? I like how my skin tone changes in every video.
Did it? Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. You're a different icon.
Yeah,
You're tanner later in the year.
That was right after Joe Fest when you got back from sunny Augusta, Georgia.
From the pool.
From Club Tarkin.
From Club Tarkin.
yeah,
Darren. Club Tarkin, Darren.
Professional. All right, we have just a little bit of housekeeping before we get into Ken was nice enough to share some slides with us. We do have just a little bit of housekeeping. This is our slide for tonight. What do you guys think of this thumbnail? I was giggling at a specific one. I can only imagine if you could figure out which one I was laughing at.
You mean the guy smiling who doesn't normally smile?
Well, there's that.
The missing?
Yeah.
The missing tummy.
We're all in the Arctic, and he's the only one topless.
and in shorts.
He's
got these
the
dukes on.
he's the quick kick of the group.
I'm not going.
And Spec, you said I don't have enough hair on your chest.
Oh no! Like if that was accurate, you wouldn't even be able to tell my shirt was off.
I see a nipple. I see a nipple though. I see a nipple.
I could see Ken kind of saying, "Why am I here right now?"
I'm wondering why I was drooling right now. I'm like, what the? Oh,
I know what
God,
I'm
that's the nipple.
I know what I'm getting into. It's all good. Rolling with the jokes tonight.
Hey, Ken, you don't mind that I goofed around with the logos, right? To make them a little more 3D for this shot here.
I think they look badass, to be honest with you.
They look pretty cool.
I think they look amazing.
I had a lot of
Mikey, how you
fun.
doing, bro?
I had a lot of fun doing this. Look at this circle of jerks. I'm familiar with
Gooses.
gift
Gooses?
I'm familiar with gooses. Get this appears to be turkeys.
Oh man. All right, let me see what I have. So let me just get this out of the way, okay? Doesn't matter that the Eagles shit the bed last night. Jalen Hurts did make history in the game last night. as
that a
being the
hockey team?
first player with 2 turnovers in one play since 1978. So
Poor baby.
it's not something you want to be proud of, but it is it's still history in the making.
Okay, in all
Hey, real
seriousness,
quick. Sorry, I'm going to interrupt. JLS, condolences to you and your family.
Yes.
Wow.
Sorry to hear that, Jesse. Sorry to hear that, buddy.
Yeah. All right. Let's move away from Jalen and go to something lighter, I guess.
What a way to bring it down.
Well, I don't think it's bringing it down.
I wanted to acknowledge it.
Well,
And
you know,
now
it's
back
not
to
bringing
your-
it down. It's the
great
fact
timing.
that
You know what I got?
Everyone does it. Now you can do it too. Shut the fuck up. Shut your mouth. Shut up. Shut the hole in your face. Like that. You can do it. Shh.
That's the wrong one. I actually wanted to play.
Fuck you. Fuck this. Fuck off.
And this just in, you can go fuck yourself.
he's gonna lose power soon because he gets drunk with power on the media assets.
Oh God, he does. He does.
Well, you did. I didn't do the dancing one. Somebody else did that.
I didn't do that.
Oh, I thought that
I don't know
was
what
you.
you're talking about. I pleaded fifth.
Oh, yeah. Who else gets drunk with media power?
E.T. does.
E.T.
So
does.
here's some of the housekeeping. So last week we put out a call. Hey, if you can make a great picture with Sloth and ET, to send it in, and I would come up with a prize. Okay.
What do I win?
Well, listen, my inbox got so flooded that I didn't get a single response. So, Punk, you're the winner.
Wait, did you?
Nobody sent anything in. You're the only one that. I guess you can't top this.
Well, that's because you didn't tell them to send them to the junior lawyers box.
Ha ha.
Yeah, we
Backfire.
did. And this next piece of housekeeping is for Terry. Terry, just a couple weeks ago, you sent a slide, and I never played the second part of that slide.
I don't remember.
You'll remember this.
Damn, from down under.
So, quickly, Ted Knight or Stiv Cham. Yes, it's rigged. You forgot the hashtag though. Hashtag rigged that I won.
Well, when we get into the Arctic HISS, we'll say who got closest to the number and what that person won.
Just say it's me. It's all good.
I just had a quick question. Is anybody chasing this thing?
No, not really.
No.
Are we
Not a
chasing
single
tail?
person.
Is that what you're asking?
I think
What's
it looks
that?
Find it, I'll grab it because that secondary head sculpt is awesome, McFarlane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I have a quick question for you guys. Do any of you do the baths? Do you guys ever chase the baths?
Back in the Toy Biz days, yes.
Okay.
Oh, exactly. That's right, Ken.
Just my broken Colossus now because he fell yesterday, and
I think Shane got you though.
Yeah, Shane said he's got to dig one up.
Can't believe that happened.
Yeah,
That sucks.
I was talking about it last night on the show, and I'm like, if they want to do another one of these, that's cool. And then it fell, and then I knocked it over. Then I was like, now I'll really buy another one. So
What, the leg broke?
his foot literally
His
like
foot.
I put him over here, and then I knocked him off by accident, and then noticed his foot snapped right off.
Who did that come with, that piece? Do you remember?
I don't
That
know,
was part of
man.
the Age of Apocalypse. The I think Wave 1.
All
Wave
right.
1 and Wave 2.
I had those.
Yeah, I was just
Ronnie.
wondering if you knew specifically the character it came with.
I believe it was either Cyclops or I forget who it was, but same time Toy said he has one and he's gonna.
Yeah, I think I have one. That's why I'm asking.
Okay. Well,
He's
if Shane
footloose
doesn't get
now.
back, I'll let you know.
All right. Well,
Thank you guys.
I only brought this up because people chase these baths, right? And now they're just releasing them. So what is Hasbro doing here? I mean,
It's years later though.
it is years later, and we didn't know they were coming, but they've done quite a bit lately.
Well, I mean, it's just like, hey, you know what? I'll just wait for you guys to fund HasLabs, and then I'll buy a cooler color for $125. You guys are crazy thinking that thing's gonna be $200. You just want to keep the value of your HasLab investment.
Yes. Yes, we want to raise the value of our HasLab investments so we can scalp them.
Matthew says Cyclops has the left leg. There you go.
Okay, I think I have that. So if you don't get it from same time, let me know.
There you go.
I'm gonna end up with like 20 of them. People are gonna start sending me these things.
What a great community! Everybody in the chat, just send the left leg of Colossus.
Send it to Tony. Send it to Tony.
Send it to me. And I'll send it to...
And then
they probably serve the Cyclops at Ollie's. That's the thing.
When it gets you set up, Larry. Hell yeah.
Well, speaking of HasLabs, what the hell happened here?
What?
Look like a slammer booty.
Whoa.
Is it a butt?
It's a butt.
Back, isn't it?
In Slimer's
Bruh,
butt.
I had no idea Slammer was this caked up. This is the proper hazard.
I know how I'm going to display that figure.
Who's got a thermometer?
He was my favorite. Slammer's my favorite.
Who's got a thermometer?
All he wanted to do was eat.
That's true. Well, listen, we do have a guest here, so I'm going to follow Slimer's ass with, hey.
There we go. Hey.
Beautiful.
Ken, we did talk a little bit about your channel. How long have you been doing YouTube before you decided to get into toys?
Good question.
Well, actually, this was when I started this channel, pretty much was toys. Like I did get some practice clipping some sports clips and stuff together in the past, but never anything really too serious in terms of getting like ongoing weekly or a few times a month sort of thing. So I started this channel in April of 2021. So we're coming upon 5 years now in the spring.
All right.
Channel.
Damn, has it been that long?
Yeah. And when I first started, Terry was one of the only other like toy YouTube people I knew. Like for G.I. Joe, I only knew Terry, which I had a different channel name at the time. I think it was called the Yo-Jo Den, right?
Yep.
Right. I really only knew him and HCC in terms of like channels that I'd seen in the past for at least G.I. Joe stuff. And then I slowly kind of getting into other channels around that time.
All right.
So,
that's pretty cool. And then what led to this?
I actually started working on this with Steve before I got into YouTube. Now, initially, he had just brought me on to like help edit the comic, edit some stories, come up with ideas, and help him kind of like market the thing. Just because we weren't sure how big a line it was going to be, we didn't know what factory run sizes looked like. You know, is it more like 200 figures per order? Is it more like 2,000? We didn't really know. So we're like, okay, maybe you could do some Facebook claim sales for me and something like that. And then eventually in 2020, he brought me in around the summertime. And then effectively he brought me in as a partner towards the end of 2023. And that's when I officially became a partner, but I already started repping the brand. I started repping the brand already at the previous Joe Fest before that. So yeah. Now I'm just kind of in as his sort of like, he says I'm his vice president. I said I'm more like the gopher, the administrative assistant, and the sort of like lackey and the coffee runner all in one, but he wants to give me a more glorious title than that. How did we come up with the name Toy Connections or Delta 17? I'm assuming Toy Connections is obvious. Delta 17, that's an interesting one because, okay, like Delta is obviously a very common term used in the military. 17 refers to the 17th letter of the alphabet, which is Q. And the highest level of clearance in the government is called Q level clearance. So when you're dealing with top secret stuff, not glorified, you're not necessarily given medals for what you've accomplished, these deep underground types of missions, that's Q, which is the 17th letter of the alphabet. Now, don't everybody go and look up QAnon. We've been asked that before in the past. You know what I mean? If you want to draw that parallel, go ahead, but it's more about the clearance level in the military more and in the government more than it is anything else. So,
okay.
Yeah.
But
I like
before, Ken, I don't know if you actually have access to controlling the slides or not. I'll control them. But
Yeah.
before we totally dive into this, I know that you just mentioned knowing Terry for the last few years. Terry's getting ready to dip his what? Toe, his foot.
What's he dipping?
He's dipping these nuts. No,
yes, that's exactly what it feels like in scalding hot water.
Is there any advice you could give Terry? Or Terry, do you have any questions? Or do you want to just see as this goes along? But are there any questions that you want to ask about going into like launching a 1/18th scale property?
Now, we've been talking about it a little bit here and there, and I'm still developing stuff. I just started I just got the ball rolling for sculpting the first figure, and that should be moving along very soon. Still chugging away on the comic and the format that we're going to use for that. Launching the Kickstarter in January is not going to happen because I decided to go a completely different route and combine everything together. So the comic will be coming with the figures.
Nice.
That'll be cool.
Oh yeah.
Matter of fact, I have it here if I can show it.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
What, the comic or the layout?
The
layout.
Hold on. Yeah. Well, there we go.
I like that one.
That one. Yeah, baby.
I did have a question for Ken.
Sure.
Please ask.
Could you explain to everyone why your hailstorm is unit V2.01? I have to go to the bathroom and I'll have time to go and come back by the time you're done.
That's
wow.
We have
that's on the slides.
Yeah, they're in the slides, right?
It's in the slides. It's explaining the slides. But
Right.
I don't know if Terry had something to show, but if you talk about advice, the best thing I can say, under promise, over deliver.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Right.
Yeah, baby.
Right, baby.
Because a
That's what I
factory
always
will
did
give
with-
you a schedule. Make sure that you kind of, if you can, try to figure out what else is in their queue, just because you'll know the other toy makers, and don't give the first date that they give you, because there'll be a change, right? And then there'll be a delay. And on day 2 of the delay, oh my God, you're gonna get a lot of questions.
So working with Jason Schermeyer, he has a pretty solid plan for how he wants to do the launch and everything.
Oh, good. Okay.
These
Perfect.
are going to be in the Strike Force Alpha pop and swap format.
Okay. So you're in good hands with Jason. That's good.
Nice.
Yeah, I
And
trust him.
remember-
Yeah, he's been making toys for over 20 years and knows what he's doing.
Also remember, under promise and over deliver is a perfect analogy for when you're dating women.
Yeah. I'm no longer dating women.
And well, does
That's on you. You date whoever you like, all right? No judgment here.
Get that ring on that finger.
Who else has a crazy chick in their phone listed as Delta 17? Anybody else?
Well, apparently everybody got the Dairy Queen joke in the chat. Like I tried to take that joke elsewhere, but somebody figured out the Dairy Queen joke. So that was quick.
That was quick.
Yeah, I thought I was going to
I saw that
at the
come
very
up.
end. Yeah.
The DQ.
Yeah.
Well, let's dive into this a little bit more, because Ken, I want you to sell. This audience does not care about 1/18th scale, not even a little bit.
None at all.
Yeah,
I don't ever promise this, Ronnie.
They actually hate guys like you. So why don't you sell us on this Delta 17?
I actually had somebody tell me that Sunday when we were live that nobody wants O-ring or 375 anymore.
Yeah, right.
Don't buy it.
Well, they haven't seen Delta 17.
that,
They
right?
haven't seen Operation Recall. Maybe they're basing it on Super 7, which they shouldn't be. But Ken, you've got control, right, buddy? So do you want to go to the first slide?
Yeah. So My fellow Americans, the reason you should vote for 118 is because we underpromise, overdeliver. Our stuff will theoretically fit inside vehicles and tanks and everything like that, and you can buy more than you can buy 112 stuff. I say this now until Steve decides that we're going to do 112. Then I have to change this entire pitch. So I will contradict myself in the future, but not today. Yeah.
What else will they theoretically fit inside?
You can experiment.
It'd be nice.
Dude, I need to get more of these. The ones I have are really awesome, but I need to get more.
Oh, I haven't tried to sell you too hard on them yet, Terry, because I know we were friends going all the way back to like 2018, so I didn't want to let that get in the way. But I didn't know you had any. So
yeah, I've got a couple, and I really like them.
Perfect.
I just got all of my disposable funds right now are going into developing my stuff.
Yep. So yeah. Oh, good.
I want so anyone that's not into O-ring, or maybe if you're on the fence about it and you don't want to spend the money on these, I have to say I have them all. I've reviewed most of them. Maybe some I've reviewed all together. This is what the modern O-ring should be like. This is what Hasbro and Super 7 should have done with their O-rings. With the wrist swivel, a good amount of weapons and accessories. You won't be unhappy with them. So
awesome.
You guys will freaking love this. And I mean, you haven't even started yet, Ken, and I'm sorry because we're all over the place. But
go ahead.
It feels like, all right, so I brought up Super 7. Super 7's O-rings right now are based on the Sunbow cartoon, where this feels like the natural next step for G.I. Joe. It feels like it organically belongs. So like you guys did such a nice job. The build, I've held these in my hand and they feel like they should feel as G.I. Joes. I mean, the wrist swivel, it just feels
we're waiting.
Are they ribbed? Are they fleshy? How do they feel?
They feel amazing. But no, seriously, Ken, they feel like the natural progression. It feels like if they truly took a hiatus from 94 and they revisited it now, it feels like, you know, it feels like it belongs without redoing what we already got before.
So this is how I would. You remember when you were a kid, you had your G.I. Joe O-ring, but then every now and then you'd come across that A-Team one or the Chips one, right? That's how the Delta 17 feel compared to the Super 7. Super 7 feel like the Dukes of Hazzard. You like them because they were the Dukes of Hazzard, but you're like, man, these things suck.
Bo and Luke.
So, all right, we haven't even given Ken a chance to talk about this.
No problem. I knew what I was getting into. This is going to be fun either way. I'm just talking to my buddies here. We're having a beer. We're having fun. You might want to do is you might want to instead of having my channel there, you may want to throw up delta17toys.com on the ticker. You got something else on the ticker down below. Anyway, we'll fix that.
Yeah, later. We still got Toy Optics ticker.
No, we don't. I changed it. Read it, Tony. Use your skills.
Watch Terry Action Media ruin this Thursday.
What I'll do is
ruin Thursday.
No, that's his last name, but
I know.
Play on words.
I know, it's awesome.
He is going to ruin.
Not actually my last name, but that's fine.
I know your real last name because I had to mail you stuff before.
So do I.
I was actually disappointed, but
I don't. I thought it was ruined this whole fucking time. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, I'm like, what happened to Terry Ruin? He's like, that's an alias. Yeah. Anyway, I dropped the link in the private chat, which you can put up any time in the stream. No rush whatsoever.
I'm just gonna move on slides if you're not gonna do it.
Just did they feel like this?
I've held them in my hand.
Ew.
I'd say yes, but I only have one out right now. If I had two, then yes. All right, Ken, please sell us 121.
Okay, So well, the reason I put up the year 1 and year 2 was for people who may not be aware of the line. I just wanted to say, like, okay, here's what you've got, what you're getting yourself into. If you're a completist, this is what you're looking at. This is sort of like the informal KJ, shout out to Black Genghis type of checklist. I'm not as fancy as he is with graphics, but it's something like this. So year 1, we went pretty heavy because, you know, Steve always said that when you're putting out your first album, you have several years to do it because nobody knows you yet. When you're putting up your follow-up album, you're on a timeline now, right? So while people have said, oh, wow, you guys sort of just showed up at Joe Fest 2023 and delivered by the first bit of 2024 there. That's how we are viewed publicly. Steve had been working on designs going all the way back to designs. He may have been going all the way back to 2019. But then he got really serious about it in 2020. I think he came up with the name Delta 17 in 2020. And we just kept really quiet about it. And we slowly started telling our friends about it in 2022. And then in 2023, we asked Ed for a booth and we dropped it. And people were coming by like, what is this? I've not heard of this. When are you delivering? Those are legit test shots from the tooling that's done already. And we were actually supposed to get them ready and start delivering by the end of 2023, but we ran into some issues, even though we had them in hand, but we couldn't get them across. We couldn't get them commercially across the US border to put into the warehouse. So we were sitting on them from like November or December of 2023 all the way up until April of 2024. We could actually sell them. Can you imagine having the opposite problem of what we normally hear, right? But it's still a problem. We still couldn't get them out.
Yeah.
Right. So eventually what happened was we had a pretty heavy year in that first year. The second year, what happened was we had a bit of a hangover because Hailstorm was originally planned for that first wave, but it's such a different sculpt. We didn't want our main sculptors, Tommy Hodges and Jesse Sandifer, to be kind of like saddled with this new thing where like, how do you make like a sitting robot with tank treads and, you know, removable Gatling guns and all that stuff. So we decided to put that off until a bit later on. And then Corey Cantaloupe, who had been working with Hasbro previously, he was working with Skeletron at the time, but he was able to take on a night job for us. And that's how we got the Hailstorms done. And then, of course, the Desert Pack is, you know, basically just a repaint. But people love Desert, and we thought, hey, why not? And the weapons pack was mostly a reuse of stuff we already had, but we did do a recolor of Death Sparrow's weapon. And what did I say that made Punk laugh?
You didn't say anything.
Oh, okay.
Believe me, you've never said anything that makes me laugh.
Okay, good. Unless I give a wrestling promo, right? Then you laugh at me, not with me. So that's different.
That's true.
Yes, because you have laughed at me, but you've just never laughed with me.
Very rude.
You know.
Well, I always laugh when I'm sending you some stupid thing that Bret Hart said.
Yeah, I know. You didn't even laugh when I had you come on my show and I queued you up to Kurt Angle's "You suck," and the whole crowd was laughing.
It didn't really come up on my end.
Oh, it didn't?
We talked about that. It didn't come up properly like you were planning.
Oh, I thought it did. Anyway, whatever. It's fine.
Well, now that you have the Hailstorm up, Larry, you can ask that version 2 question again.
Yeah.
So explain to everyone what unit V2.01 means.
So that might be on the next slide. No, it's not. It says sale time on the next slide.
Sale time.
So this is because
show it, Larry. Show it, Larry, again.
Yeah, I will absolutely get to that. But first thing I'll do is I'll mention that we have a sale going on right now where it's 20% off of all army builders, 10% off of all other items. Weapons pack is all the way down to $3. So if people have picked up on that, people are picking up 5, 6, 10 weapons packs in some cases. So yeah, the weapons packs over there. Thank you very much. So so that's the sale that I was plugging. And then Hailstorm, quick facts. All right. So I knew somebody would pick up on that. So I already mentioned in that first one that it was originally planned for the 2024 wave, but got pushed back to 2025. Some people noticed that the arms and backpacks are swappable with regular figures. We had planned for the waist to be detachable from the base, but it didn't pan out that way. I'll mention the thing about the sculptor, how it's listed on the box of the blue version, but not the gray version. And we have no idea how that happened, but that'll be on the next slide. So the big question about why is it version 2 and not version 1? So this version 2, if we compare to what Steve had planned for version 1, if you read the back of the file card, you'll see that Death Sparrow sort of like discovered this like old tech somewhere. And I was like, what is this? So that the original Hailstorm that Death Sparrow discovers in storyline was what version 1 was supposed to look like. It's a bit more rugged. They sort of just turn it on, do some minimal upgrades, and send it to the field. When the Dark Shadows get their hands on it, they do all these extra upgrades to it to make it a little bit more sleek, and give it kind of the aesthetic that it has now. And that's how it becomes version 2. What happened was Steve had drawn up kind of like a doodle of version 1 and said to Corey, can you make this into a 3D sculpt? And Corey started working on it. And then every time Corey worked on it, he made it even more sleek. And every time Steve tried to like says, okay, let's dial it back a little, they just couldn't get it to work. So they had this more high-tech looking thing. And Steve's like, we just created what version 2 is supposed to look like in my head. So let's just run with it and find a way to get back to that more rundown, beat up version 1 later on. That's how it ended up as version 2.
Almost like a used universe like Star Wars.
I guess so, right?
You know what I mean? Like everything in the first Star Wars movie was kind of beat up looking because it was a lived in galaxy.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
So that's how it ended up as version 2. And he's trying to figure out how do we circle back to version 1, because he was texting me. He's like, I don't want to tell Corey, but he's making this thing too nice for what we need. So I think we're going to end up with version 2. And I'm like, definitely don't tell Corey it's too nice, because if you end up with version 2, we'll just sell version 2. I agree with you, Steve, and we'll just roll with it later on. So,
dude, this reminds me of something from like the 80s that I seem to like maybe remember from a movie or something, and I can't put my finger on it. I can like almost see it in my mind. I'm actually looking on Google for it right now.
There's a video game that apparently people say that it reminds them of. So yeah.
So it takes maybe some, I don't know. I wouldn't say using the same concepts, but it feels nostalgic.
Yeah, it's a basic tank tread mech, but there's something about it that just feels nostalgic.
Yeah. And I feel like that's what they nailed with this line. Again, it feels like a natural continuation of G.I. Joe without kind of going back to all the figures or characters we already got.
And one thing I wished I put on the slide, I originally meant to put it on, then I ran out of space, is that the blue version is technically not considered storyline canon. The gray one is the official Dark Shadows gray version. That's why it's 2.01. And the blue version is really just to capitalize on G.I. Joe fans. That's all.
Okay.
There we go. Smash TV. That's the game I was thinking of. So
thank you, Gareth.
So the blue version is considered non-canon.
So these arms will fit
Willem,
a regular figure?
Yeah, they're a bit of a tight fit. Like you're gonna have to, take your screw and kind of torque it a little bit to get it to fit on a regular figure, but it will work.
What are we talking about again?
Oh, the arms, like they can. Is that a joke? I don't know. I haven't been on the show before, so I was trying to explain with the logical explanation. And Puck, I made you laugh again, but again, you laughed at me, not with me. So we're gonna.
No, I laughed at Spec there. What are we talking about?
Spec's leaning all the way back. It looks like he's in one of those.
He's lounging like a son of a bitch, talking about crazy shit.
Yeah. So
the arms come off, and like you can take it apart. The arms come off, and they fit on a regular figure, like a humanoid figure, not the mech figure.
Yes,
humanoid.
Yeah, so you can take those. So yeah, you can take the arms and backpack off and put them on like a Viper or something. Now the thing is, because the base doesn't come completely apart, you'll end up just being able to pry the top half of the torso apart to get the arms out, and get the arm sockets out. Right.
So is it like an overlay?
What do you mean?
Like, how do they go onto the regular figures?
There wouldn't be an overlay. Like you would take the torso apart, but the thing is, they only come apart at the top of the torso.
Okay.
So you kind of pry it open for some reason. The base is on firmly, and then you would just take the arms off and you would put them on a regular figure by unscrewing the regular O-ring figure and just putting them in.
That's awesome. So basically, you're allowing people to customize like we did as kids. Like, do the work. You can put the arms on.
Oh,
Yeah.
and you
Fucking
know
A.
what? There's so much on here that I really need a second slide for this. If you pry the head off and you put it on a Marauder or Skeletron 4-inch figure, it'll work.
Really?
And that's just
Oh.
because of the continuity from Corey to us. We didn't know. They shipped. We came home from Joe Fest, and I said to Steve, "Do you think these are swappable with Marauder?" And he goes, "I have no idea, but it might because of Corey." And I tried it, and it worked. So
That's awesome.
now the unfortunate thing is that the neckline on the Hailstorm is too high. So unless you have something that has, that's so I guess I'm trying to say is I tried putting the Marauder head onto the Hailstorm, and it didn't work because the collar ride's too high on this one.
All right. Well, so you brought up Skeletron and the fact that these can kind of cross over to that line.
Yeah.
Why on earth would you play nice with a competitor? That just sounds ridiculous.
Sounds incredible.
There's a few directions I could go with that. I could answer the sarcastic way, I could answer the serious way, I could answer the silly way, or I could plead the
Which
fifth,
way do you
but-
feel like you want to answer?
Okay, if somebody who wasn't in the toy space came and asked me that, the biggest thing is that we didn't know Skeletron and all those dudes from Grindstone Toys that well, but eventually what happened, there we go, rock those
I
colors.
think this would be a great collab. I'm just saying.
I see Steve in the comments, so I know I'm supposed to bring that up in the next meeting, right? So Ben had contacted us sometime either at the end of 2022, I believe. Yeah, end of 2022, he contacted us and said, "I noticed you all are in Canada." There we go.
Hey.
More hints being dropped, right? And Ben had asked, like, what all is your guys' plan to get this stuff across the border? And Steve said, "Well, I could just cross the border once a week with however many parcels and deliver and send them out." We didn't know at the time that there would be tariffs a few years later and everything. And Ben suggested, he goes, "Look, I got a friend who works at a fulfillment center who will be handling all of our accounts. He'll be handling Grindstone Toys. He'll eventually be handling Operation Recall. He'll eventually be handling Cyberzoic, AWOC. Why don't we just all go under the same fulfillment center, under the same account? We'll probably put our pallets next to each other and just kind of like make it like a toy guy in that fulfillment center." And we said, "Hell yeah, let's do it." And ever since then, I guess we've really been friends. And just I see them at Joe Fest. We drink together. You know, Troy tried to peel me off the floor when I fell over drunk one night, but I may have screamed some profanity to the sky, and he keeled over laughing before he could. He thought I blacked out, and I guess I
thought that was the gummy night.
Oh no, the gummy night was 2 nights after that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So are you saying you guys can be competitive but friendly at the same time?
I mean,
Impossible.
You can say that, but like we're kind of like barely competitive as it is, because when I talked to Carson about this in 2024, one of the things we noticed is that G.I. Joe in its peak years was releasing anywhere from like 30 to like 60, sometimes 100 figures a year. You combine all of us, even when you add in the ARC line from Terry there, that is what it's called, right? ARC or
Yeah,
ARC?
it's our artifact recovery and containment.
There we go, right? And you add Strike Force Alpha in there with your friends. We won't get that many figures in a year. Like, how many O-rings were released this year? Like, I just flashed up 4 items. One was a weapons pack. 2 were not O-ring. 2 were tank robots. So basically got a 2-pack, right? We got the Yeti figure.
Uh-oh.
You know, Operation Recall's all-in backers are going to get the first 4 figures this year. What does that make? Like 6, 10? Not even, right?
Yeah, dude, that's like
So
with
you're saying?
mine.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
You're saying, let's say like Grindhouse here, Grindstone Toys does their this is the what is
Ghost.
it called?
Ghost.
Yeah, the Ghost. That maybe Skeletron could like retool this and make their own because
Yes.
they work together.
Yes.
That's crazy talk.
Yes. Yes.
I've never heard of something so stupid. Why?
And you know, yeah, John Kukovic said on a couple of Kooks the other day that we've talked about potentially doing something together, and that could be something as elaborate as a like tooled collaboration, but that hasn't been discussed. Everyone's trying to sell. That's something that hasn't been discussed seriously on our end, or it could just be like references to one another. in like a tongue-in-cheek, not so much storyline canon, but kind of in the same way at the end of The Dark Knight when they say Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character is actually named Robin. Like that kind of little in-universe but mostly out-of-universe reference is kind of the way we would play in the same sandbox if we're going to, at least for now.
Okay,
Right.
so very similar to what Spielberg and Lucas used to do in their early films, where they would have little nods to each other.
I mean, that hasn't been discussed officially, but when I brought it up with everyone, they're like, we got to do that, right? Like just last night, I was talking to Carson about maybe combining shipments when our pre-Joe Fest stuff is ready and his Wave 2 Year 1 stuff is ready. We're like, let's talk because we might be able to get down to the same container. So, there's little things like that.
That's
right?
cool. I think really what we're trying to show off with the Skeletron hats is not just about you guys collaborating together, but for you guys to send us all Delta 17 hats for free.
Yes.
You're talking to a guy who never wears hats. Now, mind you, I shouldn't say that. Steve wears hats a lot, so I shouldn't.
Then you don't need the hat. Then you can send it to us.
Yeah. How else are we gonna shill for 1/18th scale if we don't get nothing but free product?
Well,
I mean, I bought my stuff, but it's all about free.
I am 1/18th scale, so
I just
You
get
know,
free
it's
shit.
funny you say that, but at Joe Fest in 24, I pushed Punk around in a vamp.
What?
then it was too big for me. So I had to, there was a classified one.
Oh, we're ridiculous. All right, do we have some more slides here?
A little bit, yeah. So the next slide, which I can take control here briefly. This one I just took in my garage, hence the crappy resolution. The light wasn't the best, but if you look at the bottom of the blue section on both boxes, you'll see on the right side it says sculpted by Corey Cantaloupe, and the other version it doesn't. So the gray 2.01 somehow they missed that, and the blue 2.02 somehow they got that in there. The reason I found this out was because Audible Interlude asked me to sit in on their panel at Joe Fest, and I was briefly talking about this. I was like, it's sculpted by Corey, and I'm sure his name's on the package, and I couldn't find it because I was holding up the gray box. I'm like, what's going on here? So that's how I found out that it was only on one of our two versions, which isn't correct technically, but at least it makes for a little Easter egg that you can discuss a little bit later on.
Can you highlight what Mike Ray asked about? How do they compare with the ARH figures besides the wrist articulation?
Let me look.
It's up a little bit. 737. So I have, again, like I have all the figures. If you look at some of my older reviews from like last year, I believe I kind of compare them. They fit really well. They are more. Would you say they're more of a Vietnam era?
You mean like ARH shows? Of course, they're more.
No. Your stuff. It's your stuff is more. It was more real, not Vietnam era, but like real military.
Yeah, that's the point. Like someone asked in the chat, is this in the future, near future? It's actually a little bit in the past. It fits more in that 2015 to 2017 part of storyline canon. That's what
I thought it was like Cold War era.
No, you're thinking Call Sign Longbow. They're Cold War.
Okay.
So for me, you have no issues. You should have no issues because you have guys that only wear shorts. He's got a cool little dog. You got the sniper. I mean, you have a lot of really nice looking figures, and they fit in really well, in my opinion. Again, if you walked in and you saw them together, I don't think you're going to be like, that one sticks out like a sore thumb.
And Steve was very adamant to get that sheen, that shiny plastic look that you get, right? And we weren't sure we were going to be able to do that, but with some magic dust and some voodoo witchcraft, we were able to get that done.
Steve?
So yeah, there we go. Yeah, so he was confirming what I said in the chat there. Like it's 2015 to 2017, and you work towards the present.
Well, again, I definitely feel like it just feels like a modern version of a Real American Hero, and that's what you were going for. That's everything you see on the product pages, even the storyline. It just feels like an organic progression of the story. without copying it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's the plan, right? And like that's why we started our own story. But yeah, you could in theory look at it if you want to for your own headcanon. Like, yeah, that story ended in 1994. This one picked up in the 2015 era.
Yeah.
Do you want me to answer about the Hind? Because I didn't think we had enough room on the slides.
Because it's that
Hey,
big.
real quick before you do that, Ken, guys, it's been great hanging out as always. Ken, awesome seeing you, man. And
Our first time live together, Terry. For how long I've known you?
yeah, I know, dude. Like back
Crazy.
in the Facebook group, shipping stuff back and forth to each other with like Black Major figures and whatnot.
Oh, we sent so many together. I think we each sent each other about 100 figures from like 2019 to like 2022 or something like that. Oh, wow. Yeah.
But my wife and daughter are home with dinner, and I'm gonna have to go. So
All right.
Enjoy dinner. Yeah.
Well, quickly before Terry leaves, I'm gonna plug my own thing because Terry's on Thursday with a friend this week. Bye, Terry.
And Friday's my birthday.
Oh, you're up there. You moved. Yeah,
Friday.
not
Saturday.
Friday. It is it's Thursday with a friend. All right. Terry will be my guest, so someone will put a link down there so you guys can click it.
And Ken, it took you coming on the show for Terry to actually say goodbye to us.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
Terry
Yes.
actually
Terry.
beat me to it because I have to jump and go back to work. But Ken, I just wanted.
I knew that was coming, that bastard.
I didn't, but then
Also,
I realized.
hey, real
yeah,
quick
so-
before I go, I want to show this one thing that I have mocked up for the art project.
All right, let me see that shit. That mother effer.
Yeah. So, I mean, damn, I can't take myself off camera because I don't have StreamYard controls. I was going to say about the Hind, and then I was going to leave, but that totally did.
That son of a bitch.
Hey-oh. I
Uh,
helped you out there a little bit.
Thank you. The Hind helicopter is in progress. It's last I checked, it's going to be a little over 2.5. There you go. Just read what the boss says. It's coming right along. Very complicated. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you said that, Steve. I wasn't sure if you wanted me to blast that out there. That we wanted to have a prototype available for Joe Fest 26. It's a bit ambitious at this point, but we're not promising it. So, but we'd love to have it there. It's a little over 2.5 feet long at this point in time. The proper scaled Hind would probably be a little over 3 feet. But we know that's going to be a bit much, so we have to dial the proportions in a little bit. The difference, though, is that we really want to be able to scale this for the 4-inch modern Joes, which obviously will mean scaling with Marauder and Skeletron and Fresh Monkey Fiction. We want to be able to fit those kinds of figures into the Hind helicopter itself.
Mm-hmm.
Whether we'll be able to fit it smoothly or whether you're going to have to crunch the torso, we are not 100% sure on that yet. But Odd Frog Entertainment, Kelly and Eddie are working really hard at this right now. They've been at it throughout the summer and throughout the entire fall now because we're heading into winter. So we meet with them more or less weekly to discuss the progress. Steve is kind of like the lead guy on that. Like all these designs are really Steve, right? Like I'm sort of just like, okay, when do you want the social media to go out? That's kind of my main role, right? For the Four Horsemen Studios people, I'm Jeremy. I introduced myself to Jeremy from Four Horsemen as the Jeremy of Delta 17. Steve is Eric Treadaway, Eric Mays, and the other Horsemen.
all them,
That's the division of labor. He's the Four Horsemen. I'm Jeremy. And of course, so now when I see Jeremy at shows, that's kind of how we greet each other. It's like, hey, Jeremy. Hey, Jeremy. So, yes.
I just wanted, Tony, can you read this comment from Bees Battlegrounds?
I just went from 6 to midnight. If we're fitting modern era stuff.
I think that's great that you guys are fitting modern era stuff. I mean, that's
hell yeah.
Trying.
No, if
we don't know if it's going to raise the roof too much of the Hind.
okay.
When we're trying to crunch the overall Hind length down, so we don't necessarily want to make it too much taller, then it starts to look a bit goofy, right?
So if you have a prototype at Joe Fest 2026, will I be allowed to shake it around like I did with the ramen van and the panel?
I think the ramen van one was an actual like tooled up test shot and everything though, right?
So you're saying
this,
no?
yeah, I'm gonna say probably not on this one because that would mean it's tooled up already, right? So
Well, I think
yeah.
it's sweet that he asked.
Yeah,
I was very nice about it, right?
Yeah, very nice about it.
Yeah.
Listen, we've got still over 90 people here, so just real quick.
Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit subscribe and turn that bell on so you don't miss a beat.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. And to pull up Steve's comment, just to clarify there, when I was talking about you may need to crunch your figures forward a bit if you're if you want to fit the modern era figures in, he's absolutely right. That's mostly for the cockpit, right?
Okay.
The troop bay is not going to have that problem. Right. So
Perfect.
yeah, that was the cockpit I was referring to. So yeah, so that's where we're at now.
So Delta 1769 is Steve jumping in with a lot of this.
That's Steve. Yes,
that's Steve.
Information.
Yeah.
Is his last name Moody by any chance?
I mean, he gets moody, but not as moody as my other friend.
That's
Moody.
Mr. Plett to you, sir.
Yeah, I was just wondering because he's jumping in with a lot of information. I love it. He's got some hind-shots here, just can't share. Sure, you can share, buddy.
Yes.
This is a welcome.
You can share behind the scenes, baby.
You're choosing not to share.
Oh,
there is one photo on our Instagram from a few months back, or a year ago. So you can find shots there if you want. We
this
have an
is
early
the tree of trust.
Yes. Yes.
The circle of joy.
Yes. Okay.
So I will have a couple questions when you're done going through. You have a couple slides left.
Oh, yeah. So to look at the 2026 release schedule, the hope was to get as much as we could by Joe Fest 26. When we looked at the schedule, and if you pay attention, if you saw my 35 minute video from last week, okay, I'll look for a ping on my phone, Steve. If you saw the video that I put up last week, Steve had some personal reasons as to why he had to take a bit of a step back last year and focus on just what was he basically could not get as far as he wanted to go in terms of developing the 2026 releases. But JF 2026 exclusive, you can figure out what JF stands for. That's literally in production right now. That's going to go.
Joe Frank?
Sure. Hind D, Ray. Thank you. It's the D.
It's the D. It's always the D, Ray.
D. Don't be a D. Yeah. So, like we do with previous Joe Fest exclusives, we don't give too much of a hint on those. So, but
God, this guy
JF 26 is actually in production right now, and the special 2-pack will be in production in the early part of the spring, so that it can ship late spring. Right? When did the V get in? Oh, it's a hybrid between the D and the V. It was always meant to be the D, but I guess I'm behind a little bit. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
so
real quick, I did see that half-hour video, and my heart is with you, Steve. I've had those kind of years. If you ever need to talk it out, feel free to message me. But go ahead, Ken.
No, that's fine. Thank you for that. So yeah, I know when we were last talking about the Hind D, there was a bit of talk about putting elements of something else into it. I'm guessing that's the V. More of a design talk, but so we've got 2 items ready. Well, really 3 if you count the 2-pack as 2 items. So JF 26 is in production right now. The special 2-pack is in production right after. I think that'll pick up right after Chinese New Year, but the tooling is ready, so it's fine. And then late 2026, the reason we released the names is because we did this for our initial wave as well. When it's like a full wave of characters, especially if there's going to be several new characters, we do like to release the names of the characters themselves. So on the left side, you've got the heroes. On the right side, you've got the villains. And I'll repeat what I said on my own show. The Arctic Thunder Battalion there's an asterisk next to it because the new tooling for that is less than the other figures. So we're still hoping to throw a Hail Mary and get that ready for Joe Fest 26. It'd be amazing if we could get it. But right now, like I said, under promise, over deliver. So we're going to promise that for late 2026. If it magically shows up at Joe Fest, then great.
Then everybody wins.
Right. The name No Aloha, because he's a surfer dude with an animal companion and a 249 gunner. right? He
49 para. Yep. Hell yeah.
I saw that name. Steve actually came up with it. He first mentioned it to me on the plane ride back from Joe Fest 23, and I said, "That's a terrible name." He goes, "You'll warm up to it, Ken." And here we are, nearly 3 years later, and I've warmed up to it, and I'm ready to sell a character named No Aloha. Right?
It's actually a pretty cool name.
Everyone else thinks so, but me. So like, I've warmed up to it. Yeah.
Well, you're Canadian.
Yeah. Well, so is he. So.
They only warm up 1 month a year, so
that's true.
Well, 2, but yeah, mostly.
Scary monsters, eh?
Yeah. So my thought asked what that's going to be. I've now mentioned that if you scroll back far enough in our Instagram, you'll see what the animal companion is supposed to be for No Aloha. So yeah,
shark.
Yeah. So there we go.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah, it's next year's the year of the Arctic, I guess.
For the most part,
yeah.
the villains are going to be our Arctic. 10th Mountain is combined Arctic and Alpine.
I want to address what Joe just said there about do any of your Arctic figures come with exosausages? Of course not, because you take your craft seriously. But they made a dog that comes with a little water bowl. Do I really need that? No, but it's great for photography.
There you go. Yeah. So the first 2 characters, Tourniquet and No Aloha, are not considered Arctic. 10th Mountain Division is a combined Arctic and Alpine. And I should mention Tourniquet is a combat medic.
He's a medic. Here we go.
That's right. That's right. We knew you'd like that one, Tony. Right. And thank you for the 6-inch customs you've done of the Delta stuff and having John Mejia from Emerald Night Photos photograph those.
So much fun. Yes,
awesome.
John Mejia rocked with those pics.
Yeah, and on the right side. There we go.
Woo.
We talking about these?
Yes.
We're talking about those, baby.
We can come back. There's a question for these. We'll come back to this.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So and then on the right side is all the Arctic villains there.
Snow sparrows. Hell yeah.
The snow sparrows will be a female army builder.
Yep.
So
all right, awesome.
Yeah. And the big teaser, the big hint was this slide right here. So I realized on our video last Friday, we didn't say who was who. We just sort of dropped this and just assumed everybody knew what was what. And then Wilhelm went through his stream on Sunday and he's like, well, I'm just going to guess now. I'm like, oh, whoops, sorry about that. Guess we should say who's who. So in the top left there, and Steve's going to have to give me the technical term because I'm just going to call that a night vision monocle, which is probably not.
Singular nod.
Yeah. There we go. That's the 10th Mountain Division there, and you'll see the snowshoes on the back.
Cool.
And then immediately beside him is Death Sparrow with a removable Ushanka, which is a Russian headgear. I don't know what the actual. It's an Ushanka. Okay.
I remember them from Spies Like Us.
That is sculpted by a different sculptor than the rest of the figure.
Vanessa Angel.
Thank you for paying attention to that, Punk. Yes. Jesse Sandifer would have done a bunch of stuff for Death Sparrow and reshape the hair a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Because the original Death Sparrow, while we're using the face, obviously that her cap was not removable. But Tommy Hodges went and did the Russian fur hat, also known as an Ushanka. Right, but Tommy also did some heads for some of the other characters. Like I believe he did the one for Tourniquet, which is down at the bottom left there. And to me, this is amazing, and I'll tell you why. Because if you go all the way back to A Real American Hero, when they first released CoverGirl, Scarlet, Baroness, they couldn't really sculpt the hair properly. Right, which is why CoverGirl had short hair. I think even Scarlet did. Right. Yep.
But the technology and the tools have advanced so much that not only can you sculpt the hair, but you can now sculpt that's a removable hat. Correct?
Yes. In this case, it'll be a removable hat. Her first figure did not have a removable hat, but this one will. So
yeah, I just think it's to me, it's really neat to revisit this scale and to be able to do things we weren't able to do before.
So I gotta ask a question here. Now, Steve just said surfboard is with the saw.
Yes,
Is the surfboard in No Aloha going to be able to work with the G.I. Joe Manta?
Oh, I don't think we've thought that far ahead. Right. I'll let Steve answer that one, but in our talk, that's never come up.
What? Well, I mean, they gotta look good together.
Oh, look at you, Steve. That's awesome. I think that's just it's just really cool because you're not only progressing the genre of toy, right? The 1/18th scale O-ring.
Yep.
You're progressing within your own line of toys.
Innovation is there, baby.
For this wave 2, all those are going to be removable, and we're still considering a second head for the Thunder Battalion. I know we've got that sculpted up and ready to go, but we're not sure if he has 3 head options, but I can't remember if we finally decided he would have 2 heads or 1 head. I know we went back and forth about that. So, and he's going to be reusing the snowshoes from the 10th Mountain Division directly above him.
Now, with the removable accessories and these different options, I don't want to put you on the spot, but does this change the price point at all? Do you have any anticipation of that?
Nope. We're planning to keep everything at 25 US.
That's awesome.
Right.
Good job.
Look at all the accessories that
there,
came
Bucky.
with Delta A and Delta B. Now, Steve's going to come into the chat and go, actually, I talked to the factory last night. I raised it by $1. But until he does that, because he's talked to the factory more recently than I have. But as of, a week ago or 2 weeks ago, it was still $25. So
awesome.
Yeah.
And it's understandable for a smaller company when they do make those slight incremental changes. But the fact that I just asked that question and you're leaning towards keeping it at the same price point, that's great. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. No Aloha, you can see the top of the surfboard there, and then bottom left you've got tourniquets. I know we're still thinking about making some tweaks to No Aloha, to tourniquet, but he's mostly dialed in, and then you can see the Snow Sparrow over there on the right side, on the bottom right. So yeah.
So Steve's jumping in here. So far, the plan is to eat the difference on our end.
Okay.
Same with the tariffs. We just eat them and look to the future.
Yeah, that was a big discussion we had. Right. Trying to remember.
I think it helps build the brand.
Okay, yeah. It's the 10th Mountain Division that comes with the ski poles and the skis. I just wanted to make sure I got that right. So yeah.
So Callister, I want to Callister says for $22, 0 to 1 accessories is subpar. Super 7 has raised their prices to $25.
Yep.
Well, their O-rings are $25. Yep. So you go ahead and you look at everything that you get with these figures, and you get a lot. I think there's one figure you don't get very much with. But all the other ones, you get a bunch of stuff. And the antenna, I forget what character has the antenna. You gave an extra antenna knowing that people lose this.
Yeah.
Yes. So Steve reminded me of something here as I look through what I have on my phone here. 4 of our 6 characters will come with snowshoes, and there's 2 different styles of snowshoes. So, yeah.
We saw that at the same time.
I know.
So, yeah. And the surfboard will have a stand that comes with it, so you can stand the surfboard up. So,
all right, very cool, man.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
there you go right there, Wreck Ship.
So Wreck Ship has been asking me for Navy figures since the summer, and I keep writing it down and never bringing it up in our meetings with Steve because I'm just like, he'll tell me when he tells me. So yeah.
Right, Mython?
If you need a shipwreck to sculpt it after, I may know someone who has a few.
About 8 of them.
Yeah. From childhood, right? So there we go. That's what's happening with Delta 17 in the coming near future. So hopefully your guys' audience did take to this and see that we're putting a lot of extra in there as much as we can. Yeah.
Somehow you were able to capture the bulk of our audience, and they've stayed here even though this scale does not speak to them for whatever reason. But
so hold on a second here. You started with like 100 people. You're not down to like 30, is what you're telling me?
No, we're fluctuating between 105 and 95. Right now we're at 95.
That's really freaking good.
That's pretty good, and I think it, some of it has to do with your presentation, Ken. And you're very likable.
It's like Punk says, when I make a mistake, I get really, really worked up and really, really pissed off. Like, I'm just like, why did I say that in my video? And it's like, well, actually, Ken, it is true from this point of view. I know, but it's not the Obi-Wan explaining to Luke about Darth Vader point of view. Like, that's not what I was going for, but it still happens. So from a certain
point of view.
Yeah, from a certain point of view.
So Ken, I heard you say this. You were on a show on Saturday from the Pit. Is that
podcast from the Pit? Our good friends Casey, Eric, and company.
I said.
Woody has a question.
And then
will you guys be it? Sorry, did I overtalk you?
No, that's fine. No. I'll be answering that question anyway. But go ahead, Baldy.
No. I'm gonna have Tony jump to Woody's question.
Will you guys be at all these events in person, or will somebody be selling your product only at some of them?
Okay, so I'm guessing the reason that question came up is because if you look at what happened at Retro Toy Con, Assembly Required, and a few other toy shows like the last DFW, it was either someone like Destro's Toy Den or Toy Department or Sasquatch that was carrying our stuff, but they just had the rest of their booth. The reason why this says featured show schedule is because these are the ones we plan to either be there ourselves, me and Steve, or we'll have a Delta dedicated booth somehow. So it's ZoloCon 26. Joe Ricondo is sort of like our Northeast rep, and he's been the guy sending out our replacement parts. When somebody has a Shadow Dragon arm fall apart, he sends out a replacement arm. Because of the way the border situation is right now in Canada, we figured we would have somebody in the US doing that. However, he retired from his day job not long ago, and he's kind of taking on like just random doing odd jobs here and there. So last time to get the exclusive at DFW.
It's so crazy that he's calling Tony a stranger.
Was that who got it for you? Because we didn't send very many to DFW this time. But so ZoloCon will be represented by Joe Ricondo because he's kind of like our Northeast rep. He's kind of becoming our. If you went to our Joe Fest booth, he was like our key salesman. So I didn't have to do as much of that this year, and I just walked around looking for wholesale deals and buying.
You did, yeah. Joe's awesome. Joe Ricondo's awesome, yeah.
So Joe Ricondo will represent us at Joe Fest 26, but at least at ZoloCon 26, but at least there'll be a Delta dedicated booth. DFW GI Joe and action figure show. I talked to Greg about this. We'll probably not even do a full booth. We'll do like one of those artist type tables, unless Steve overrules me and says we're going to do a booth. Now the reason for that is John Mejia, who took the photos of Tony's 6-inch figures there for Delta 17. He will be representing us because he's our official photographer, and he lives in that Dallas area. He lives like 30 or 40 minutes away, so we'll send him some stuff. We'll send him a tablecloth, but he doesn't have Joe's banners and banner stands and lights and everything like that, so we don't want to put too much on him. Wilhelm, who was just in the chat, said he might be able to make the trip to DFW to help out John, so maybe. And then what's here? Everyone seems to be excited. Sport companies lead by example and lead with passion. Is that what that says?
No. I think he meant to write led with passion. Kudos for being able to speak about what makes your toys great instead of why others aren't.
Personally, I was hoping Ken would come in here and put down everyone else, especially the smaller companies. That's what I was really hoping for. Never talking about his. You don't need to talk about.
Wait hold on. That's the vibe I got from Ken. He was basically crapping on all the competition. I mean, it was hidden subtly behind how nice he is.
You're messing.
I mean, Mikey, no, Mikey's been watching since the beginning. I was gonna say you may want to rewind until the part where I called you a whole bunch of names, but I think he's been here the whole time, so he knows I'm pulling his leg.
Quickly, Matthew says, Ken, you know I live here in DFW. Yes, Matthew, we all know you live in DFW, okay? We all do. And the swords are on the wrong side.
All right. So Okay.
Well, Ken, I do have a question. I already know that this was answered on podcast from the pit, but so that we can answer for everybody else.
Yep.
Exclusives this year, are they at all these shows, at a specific show, and can we get them online?
Okay, so you'll be able to get them online after Joe Fest, so they will not make it for ZoloCon or DFW just with regards to the schedule. Like even if the container arrives by DFW, which is going to be a month before Joe Fest this time, we can't guarantee they're going to clear customs and be able to just be able to even ship to DFW on time, let alone the fact that John has to get his stuff before all that. So they'll be available at Joe Fest, and then if we move from the wait list. If we move from the wait list to the show floor, I've been in DFW with Matthew. It was hot and sweaty. Yes, apparently it was.
I like how Ken's trying to get information out.
We are good. We are good because I actually have to get a photo from Steve. So yeah,
keep fucking him over with comments. Okay, what else is up?
No
All
worries.
right, well, listen, I have a question and we can move away from the shows, but basically you're saying based on the lead times and everything, it's not going to make certain shows. You do hope that it's at Joe Fest.
And because Legion's Con late in the year, we are waitlisted for that right now. Again, Legion's Con will be one of those that Joe Recondo will do because that's within driving distance, 3 hours from him. And Steve will try to drive to, maybe fly down for that. So we'll see what we can do. But if we do get to Legion's Con, then it should be available. Tony, just DM Steve because we've gone back.
Steve, are you looking?
You're jumping ahead, Tony. I was going to ask that when we brought that picture.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
As for the hind, Steve did send me a photo, and there you can see an update of the hind right there.
Oh, that's
nice.
Wait,
and
there's a bit enlarged
big in you. God dang it, Baldy.
Are you doing it, Tony?
Here, let me try to get the camera to focus a little bit.
No, it was good.
It was good. Oh, there it goes. There it goes.
It was good, but then you're unprofessionally messed it up.
Yeah.
Fucking Ken
All right. Well, I tried really hard. So.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I have a question to ask about one of the characters.
Sure.
Is it Lady Death Sparrow or is it Death Sparrow? Did I make up the lady part?
Death Sparrow.
Yeah, it's just Death Sparrow. Not
okay,
Lady
Death Sparrow.
You mixed up Lady Death from the superheroes from Marvel or whatever.
Is she based at all on Bridget Nielsen?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I think she is. Steve,
I think she is too.
Steve, I think you guys are bullshitting.
No, I know who Steve based her body on, but I'm not allowed to say. So.
If a Dolph Lundgren figure, a Dolph Lundgren character that looks like him comes out, then we know it is.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it would probably benefit the line in some way to have a Dolph Lundgren type figure.
If he dies, he dies.
Or a Sylvester Stallone figure.
Absolutely.
Look at Steve. Look at Steve. Look at Steve. Nope.
That would be absolutely amazing. Yeah. So, the first time I saw this figure and I saw the artwork, that's who I thought maybe it was based on. So, yeah. But if you're saying it's not, then that's just my imagination.
I know who Steve said. Can you stand up and I'm going to try to draw. I know who he based it on loosely, but I'm not allowed to say. So.
I'm looking at her here. She has dark eyebrows. So does that mean she dyes her hair and underneath it's dark? Or is she just shaven?
Wait, didn't we have a conversation?
What do you really want to know?
Yeah, I was going to say there's a deeper question to that.
Are you asking if the carpet matches the drapes?
Yes, and Steve actually said that the
recurring question.
The hot dogs are underneath the trousers. So now I'm just asking about the females.
Oh my god! Discount Red Sonja. That's funny. That's one of the pictures that came up while I was pulling up her picture. So Tony already led into this and already did some work for you guys. How did you guys feel when you first saw these characters in 6-inch scale?
these conversations have happened. They don't have a whole lot of traction in terms of like when, how, who's going to sculpt. Because right now, all of our eggs are in the 1/18th basket right now. Like we had these conversations before we had a sculptor for the hind and got really serious doing that. Having said that, there has been questions like on our end, like which character would we do if we're going to do that? Because if we do release it, we won't drop all of that first wave in one shot. It'll probably be 2, maybe 3 characters is what is the way it would happen.
Well, you're still building your brand. So, you know, let's still get, you know, cemented. Let's get a fan base truly going, and you guys can revisit it. Let's not rush it. But how did you guys feel when you first saw what Tony did here?
I was like, so I made it. Oh, Steve doesn't know this yet. Oh, okay. All right. So I sent this photo to our factory project manager. Yeah, this will be the first time anyone's hearing this. I sent this to our to the project manager at our factory, and he's like, "Cool. When can I make them for you?" And I'm like, wait a second. You know, we haven't sculpted, we haven't drawn, we haven't said anything yet. He's just like, okay, but you know, I'll make them for you, and you know they'll sell. And I'm like, okay, so you're on board. All right, cool. So sorry, Steve. I showed them to him, and I didn't think he was going to answer. I was sitting at a food court, waiting for my order to show up when I sent him to him, and I didn't even know he was awake because he's all the way overseas. So
that's awesome. Well,
basically, yeah, we'd love to. Just not going to happen anytime that soon.
Well, before my mom gets home, we still have about 10 or 15 minutes before she comes home. I know that we talked about some major news. We'll get to that. As a toy fan, and with the segue here of 6-inch Joes, I figure we just have you on as just a friend here and ask you about what you thought of some of these teases we got from the Joe team last week. Are you collecting classified? And
I mean, it's not like I'm one of the king reviewers of classified or anything like that.
Okay.
Or the main reviewers, I should say. But I do, like, I basically said to myself that I was done with classified. Then I saw the Retro Viper and I said, okay, I guess I'm not done yet. Yeah, I do classified, but it went from buying every figure to just kind of dabbling.
All right. Well, we had a couple reveals last week, and I do want to point out before I pull up the next slides here. It broke here that the Arctic Assault was going up on Thursday last week. We kind of decoded that and broke that, and we talked about it last week. So make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button. And if you don't want to do it for this channel, go over to Toy Optics and get him past 1,000. He's so freaking close. You can actually unsubscribe from me if it makes you feel better. Join Toy Optics.
Tony, drop a link.
Yeah, drop a link, yo.
I don't know how to do that. Every time I do it.
Oh my God. You go. Oh, okay.
This is ridiculous, Tony. This is a professional program.
Right. So you go to YouTube, you type in Toy Optics, and then there's this thing called I
did that before and it screwed it up.
A bar at the top. You highlight it, right click and hit copy, and then you come to the chat and you hit drop in, and then you're good.
All right. Well, I want to get Ken's opinion here. All right. So let me get the slide back up here. And Ken, what do you think we're looking at here? This was one of the Easter egg, not quite a name drop. They just showed this piece. What do you think we're looking at here?
Polar Battle Bear, maybe? I don't know.
That's the first thing I said.
That's what I think.
Shit all over me.
But
go ahead, Larry. What is it?
The swamp skier.
Tony, would you say the same thing?
I thought it was the Polar Battle Bear. Yeah.
I did too.
Yeah, it's a swamp skier.
I do have a 3D print here of the Polar Battle Bear.
It's that it's that the leg is going in the opposite direction of the nose that's kicked up, so it's dragging.
Yeah, I don't think it's this.
Yeah.
That was my first thought. That's where I went. How do I make myself bigger? There we go. That's what I originally thought it was.
Yeah,
and then
Eagles, they're not going to
as
drop
I-
another Arctic vehicle. They just hit us with 2, no matter what size it is. I got you.
Right. I agree with that. It is probably this. It kind of
That'd be awesome. I'm all for that.
because it drags, and it wouldn't be on a hinge because that's not how a polar battle bear
Dreadnoughts.
works.
So is this the one that comes with is it Zanya that's coming out next year?
Well, Zanya was supposed to already come out.
Did I do it right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good job.
I'm so proud of
Proud
you.
of you, man.
But can they click on it and go to it?
Yes.
Yes, they can.
Um,
Do you guys think this is a fair assessment now that we're kind of looking at it?
So yeah, and
Yeah, I guess so.
Somebody I think it was last night on my show, they said, "What about a swamp viper?" And then they could easily be like, "Hey, this is a swamp viper. It's an army builder, but maybe you want to use these chameleons for something else."
Or someone else?
Well, they all had them, if you remember.
Yeah,
All
they
was the
did,
Dreadnought.
but it was Dreadnoughts that had them. It wasn't.
That's what I'm saying.
Cobra.
That they could make it so it could be for someone else, but then you end up with these swamp vipers. So you're not
Dreadnoughts,
army
baby.
building, Zanyas or another Zartan.
Yeah, right.
All right. Well, all right. So we're all kind of now leaning towards the swamp scare.
Now that you show it like this,
All right. Well, now I'm going to show you
Yeah.
a super shitty picture.
Because no one could find a better one than that.
I couldn't.
Deep
Was
Six.
there one released?
Well, all it is the picture of Deep Six that is from the comic.
All right. Well,
I meant to show
said-
this. Did I do it right? Did I do this right?
yeah, you did it right, man.
Oh my god, we answered
Hey,
your
read it.
That's yours. We don't want yours. We want Toy Optics. So Ken, were you a fan of Deep Six as a kid, or
big time, because I had the version 2. I grew up with the version 2 of Deep Six. He was one of the figures I played with the most. And this version 1 was one of the first figures I acquired when I was collecting as an adult. So absolutely.
okay? So this is another figure that came with a vehicle, right? When we were kids.
Yes, sir.
Is this something you think we're going to get the shark? Do we need to get the shark? I did get this comment after I shared this picture. Buzz Deep Six Lightyear. And I said, you know what? Someone I know made a great Deep Six with Buzz Lightyear. And here it is. So a friend of mine, that's his Instagram. If anybody wants to scan it later.
I wasn't playing with my dolls again.
I wasn't playing with my dolls again. He's the guy that actually made the classified scale Sky Striker.
Nice.
And he made this Deep Six, and he didn't stop. He didn't stop there.
Nice.
He made Deep Six out of his suit. He did use a Buzz Lightyear, so I thought that was hysterical.
Freaking perfect.
But we will be working on a video
I'm a fan of that.
on this.
That's badass.
This is
It's got Punk's favorite in the back seat.
yeah. He made a dual cockpit shark in classified scale.
That's what we need. We don't want him laying down on his stomach.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a 2-seater. But they haven't announced any vehicles for next year, have they? This is a perfect medium-sized vehicle. It's air and water, so they're kind of hitting killing 2 birds with 1 stone there.
Mhm.
He can't lay down. It was always stupid for him to lay down. This is the worst figure in the Real American Hero line. I don't care what anyone says. He has 2 points of articulation, unless you pop off the
dome.
The dome.
Somebody didn't own Globulus as a kid, I see, but okay.
No, I had Globulus. At least he could move. His arms, and he did move at least a little bit. This is the worst character, period.
No, I didn't. Can't
So
remember.
he needs to sit up, and I think that's exactly what they'll do.
Why? That's me,
Someone
Graph.
because obviously they're fans of Deep Six. So
I like Deep Six.
that's
I'm
kind
a
of
diver
like,
too. Didn't he say that in the cartoon? I'm a diver too.
Yeah. So they gave us that tease. They gave us the picture of Deep Six. But finally, they did give us the official announcement of the Arctic Assault HISS. What I thought was a stand-in character, what I was told at New York Comic Con, turns out this is the character they're including. What do you guys think? And then what do we think of the price? Because somebody here won a prize.
That's right, baby.
I mean, it's less than the than the previous his tank. So
Right.
Whoa. Hiss. This is not a tank.
It's,
All right,
it's
relax.
I'm going with tank.
high speed sentry. Sorry.
So this is the picture that I took on the left. And it doesn't look like a stand-in figure to me. It looks like the same thing.
MC
Same shit. I can make that figure right now.
Tony
All right, so
wins.
it's funny. I knew that I was just going to get the does it have lights thing. And I actually have a video that I took. It's a 30-second video. I could not get it to load. I cannot get it to load, but I will share it as a short. I knew within 30 seconds of this thing being shown in person that it had no lights. Lenny clearly tells me it has no lights, and I completely forgot.
Well,
I will share that video.
People are going to put lights in it. I tell you that right now.
Yeah, I think it's still set up for lights. But it is funny. I guess I didn't hear it in the commotion of New York Comic Con, and I forgot. But he straight up tells me no lights.
It's clear as day, too. It's clear as day.
No lights.
It's pretty clear. I will share that video.
No lights, Mr. Pimentel. No lights.
And Ken, before we get into our little thing that you're going to share with us, I just wanted to share this with the Jerkz. This.
Oh God.
Just for all the naughty boys out there, Santa is always watching.
Oh man.
Santa is always watching. So maybe I should take this off the screen before we go to anything Delta 17.
Yes.
All right, I want to address what Mike Ray is saying. 200 for 90% reuse. Let's add a basket, plastic rails, tarp, and gas cans. Not enough for the price. So, did you say the same thing when and again, I wish it was cheaper, so I don't want anyone saying, "Oh, you like the price." But did you say that the Stinger should have been 75 because they're just reusing the Vamp mold?
I did.
But they don't do that. Did anyone ever go into the dealership and say, "Hey, why is the Chrysler 300 the same price as the Dodge Charger? All you did was change the body. The interior and everything else is pretty much the exact same. You've already designed it. It should be lower."
Listen, it would be great if they were able to discount reuse molds. It would be great, but from a business standpoint, now they're making their money. So they created the molds. They got some of their money back. Year 2, they reuse some molds. They start to get a little more of their money back. Year 3, they start making a profit. So the one thing that I would say about the HasLab is that your argument, we paid for that mold. So yes, I do think there should be some sort of discount, or you go back to the original HasLab backers and say, here's a code for $25 off. Will they do that? No, they're not going to do that.
No.
I
think that would be an excellent idea.
It would be an amazing idea. You go back, you send an email, hey, you have X amount of days to input this coupon code. They have the goddamn coupon code field on Pulse that is never used, at least not to my knowledge. Maybe during the holiday sales, but that's about it.
And here's the other thing. This would have been 175 if it was last year before all the tariffs kicked in. So the tariffs, and you know this, you work in manufacturing there, right?
Yeah.
So you understand this. Again, our copiers have gone up in price. There's nothing you can do about it. We're the ones that are going to pay it. End of story. So it does suck. What I hate about everything is the fact that it'll never go down in price. And I understand Walmart is selling them for cheaper, but that's because Hasbro had to get rid of them. It wasn't because that's what they sold them for. That's not what the MSRP was originally. Nope. They needed to dump those because they made too many of them.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So the MSRP on the Stinger was not 75. It was 100. But Trouble Bubbles didn't go down in price. Rams haven't gone down in price. So
Chris Cox just laid off Baldy, and he doesn't even work at Hasbro. And he also told me to take Spec with me. So just real quick, I want to give whoops, we got to remove that, add that. All right, so there's a huge sale at Delta 17 right now. If you're not collecting the line and you have a little bit of interest, go to that link right there, delta17toys.com. Go check it out. I think it's totally worth supporting a smaller company like this. And I'm telling you, when you hold one of these things in your hands, it feels like an original O-ring.
A bag of sand.
And with that, Ken, was there anything else you wanted to add before our big news here?
Yeah, I just got a thing that everybody wants to know because it's a very important thing.
Okay.
So breaking announcement for the first time for those of you. Well,
all right, hold on. Mom, we're wrapping up right now. Ken is about to break some news for Delta 17.
Yeah, Mom, join us. All
right. I'm with my friends. All right, guys.